I'm
Is
trying to
it?
decide if it looks better or worse if I have my glasses because the glare is so freaking bad. But I look like trash, so.
The only reason I'm cool with not wearing my glasses is because I just dyed my eyebrows. Because I'm one of those girlies.
I just don't want to put on any makeup, and I feel like my
That's why
glasses distract from how. Yeah.
if not, they're non-existent. So, thank you, Just for Men.
That's so funny. Oh man.
Well, I'm not gonna spend $40 to get my eyebrows tinted like once a month when I can buy a like $11 box of Just for Men and it lasts me like 7-8 months. I'm good on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm good on
I don't
that.
blame you. That'll be our cutaway for the start of the episode.
Just for Men.
Sponsor us.
Just for Men ain't Just for Men anymore.
Yeah. Sponsor Rae's one box a year.
With a little bit of Just for Men, you too can look like me. Gotcha.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, golly.
Seriously, I wonder if anybody did that back in the day. I was too little to know. But somebody in the racing world should have redone a Lightning McQueen commercial. And if they haven't, they should do it now. Because think about who's all coming up driving. They've all grown up watching cars.
True.
Anybody that's relatively close to our age grew up watching cars.
That's so true. I Googled it the other day because I was like, what? Didn't it come out in like 04 or something like that?
Shoot. Might have been earlier than that. For some reason, I want to say 01, but that seems way too early. I don't know, but I had the game on GameCube.
June 9th, 2006.
We had the game on GameCube, and it was epic, and I loved it. And I got a Switch, and I saw that there was a Cars game, and it looked like it was going to be the same one. And I was so sad when it was not. I was like, I just want to relive my childhood and play Cars. All right. What's up? Rae rant. Shalom. Palm Sunday. Shalom. That's good. Rae rant, man. We're back, and we are delirious.
I was gonna say we're definitely not better than ever because I failed.
Delirious and Delulu. Let's go.
Literally laid down for bed and was like, crap! Runs downstairs.
Our followers, they'll be so disappointed. Oh, man. Yikes. I just try to pretend we have like 100,000 followers.
And 4.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Let's see. Somebody said that their Instagram has changed their life already. And I'm like, that's not that many to change your life. We need to try to get to that many. Let me see what it is. I won't say his name because I don't want to be mean, but okay, somebody has 2,000 followers and they've not been around super long. They're like, it's changed my life on some TikTok. Maybe he's just being funny, but I was like, what do we got to do to get to 2,000? I want my life to change.
Literally.
That sounds so bad.
I feel that though. There are some things that would be. I mean, if I just had like a fridge full of Pepsi all the time.
Mm-hmm. Dude, if I didn't have to feel like I needed to puppy dog eye my husband to buy a case of Celsius every week. Can I get it, please?
I'm just a girl.
The problem is I get Nespresso pods, and those are also expensive.
Yikes.
And so I feel like I have to like pick what I'm gonna run out of first, what I'm gonna replace with not good stuff. Yeah.
Pepsi is really the only thing that I'm like, sure.
Yeah. No, I have a thing with like what's it called? There we go. See? I'm doing great. My brain's working great. Stationery stuff. Pens and notepads and sticky notes. If I was just surrounded by that, I would be way too happy. And I have no use for it. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I don't write letters. It's 2025. What do I need that for? I don't know, but I love it. There's nothing more satisfying than a good pen on the right paper to me.
True that.
I have a notebook and like a Sharpie S gel or one of these old school jelly whatever dudes. And on this specific notebook paper from Walmart, okay? I'm telling you, I write down every thought I have just because it's fun. And I say, oh, I'm brain dumping like the TikTokers. No, I'm just writing down stuff because it feels good. It scratches my brain.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
That's gold.
What'd you say?
I said that's gold.
Yeah. Now, if I could find black paper with that one kind of gel that shows up on black paper, my 90s heart would be over the moon. I'd be writing down everything anybody ever said to me.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that? That's so funny.
Anyways, so that's where my brain's at today. So I have lots to say about the weekend. Not.
I'm be so for real. I feel like there's really only one race even worth talking about this weekend. Yeah. And it's the series that I care the least about.
Okay, well, I'll say
I didn't. So for real.
Yeah, I didn't take notes on any of the races this weekend. Honestly, I think I'm dying. So this will be really morbid if one day I do die because of why I think I'm dying. She called it on her episode, whatever we are at. No, I've just been in a lot of pain, like my stomach and stuff. I don't want to get into it, but so I just kind of been trying to survive life, and I didn't take notes, so I don't remember anything about the truck race really at all.
There's not much to report. Congrats, Mr. Chandler Smith.
Yeah.
I'm be so for real. The only thing I can remember from that race is Tony Brenninger, however you pronounce her last name, just like crashing every 45 seconds.
Yeah, it felt that way. I only remember one, and it wasn't her fault because Trent started making fun of her hardcore, and then they showed the replay, and he's like, okay, maybe it wasn't her fault, but still.
Nah, she's a woman in NASCAR. It's definitely her fault.
He did get mad one time. He's like, she just needs to get out of the freaking way. Because it was like lap traffic or whatever. Period. She just wouldn't move. And I was like, she might not. Well, okay. There was another wreck. I think it was truck. I think it was with Frankie Muniz and somebody. And he said Frankie Muniz did a stupid move and he should have got out of the way. And I was like, no, the guy behind him shouldn't have just... He said he anticipated him to do something. I'm like, that's your fault. You can't say, well, I anticipated him and then blame him when he didn't do what you anticipated. Like, yeah, maybe most people would have moved up there, but he was also on a turn and maybe he's, didn't want to at that moment. Like, I don't know. That's weird.
Weird. I don't know. Frankie Muniz, his radio is funny, but his skill is...
Yeah. I didn't think about that. His radio is funny, the clips they share. They're like, my heart rate's at like 190. And they were like, well, then maybe you need to calm down. And then I think it was some race a couple weeks, or I don't know. I guess it was a couple weeks ago. I really couldn't tell you. And he was starting close to Kyle Larson or something. Yeah, who knows? And he's like, is Kyle Larson ready for what I'm about to put down on him? Or something like that. And they're like, just
Sarah, have you ever finished top 10? Ever?
It was so funny. But, he's like a 90s kid, so I gotta love him. I never watched his show growing up.
I do not love him. He's a hot mess express.
Maybe that's why I do love him. Because it relates.
But I feel like there's, like, tea there. So, like, I'm like, personal life tea.
I don't know anything about that, really.
He has, like... I'm not sure if they're married or not, but, like, he had... I'm going to call her a wife. I don't know that they were actually married. And child. And then he just, like, dipped.
Aww, Frankie.
Yeah, I feel like that's why I'm like, you piece of garbage.
Yeah.
She could have been the worst ever. I truly have no idea, but like...
Interesting.
Trash.
Well, I know what I'm about to look up and get ready for next
Well,
time. Wait, hold on.
I saw her on TikTok. That's where I found her. That's where I found her, because she was doing those, put a finger down if you married a 90s star who then became a race car driver, but isn't really good. And I was like, okay, speak up, speak up.
Wow. I literally am going to write that down. I literally do write down everything these days.
I was like, I mean, I'm not putting a finger down, but sorry, girl.
That's wild.
Crazy.
I wish I could find more drama on people, but everybody's mostly so wholesome. Well, except for that one guy. Who'd you say? Who's that one guy that's a wife beater? And they put Catherine next to him.
No.
It's somebody.
Because that was proven to be false allegation.
What I read was that they both abused each other, so it got canceled out because neither one of them would come back to court. It's like they both beat on each other, and one of them tattled, but then the other one was like, "Yeah,
remember who that was.
Same for you." I'll ask Trent in the morning because he remembers, because he was laughing about it because people are talking about it on X.
Oh, my notebook's upstairs. I was gonna say, I'm sure I have it in my notes somewhere, but my notebook.
I want to say it was like Alex Bowman or somebody, but I don't know.
No,
it was somebody. Hey,
Alex Bowman.
Let's see.
That's crazy. I don't like him to begin with, so I'd trash on him no matter what. But I don't think it was him.
I'm gonna Google this poop right here.
Okay, go NASCAR.
Okay, so that's literally basically what I typed in. And this says somebody accused Kurt Busch of domestic violence back in the day.
Ooh.
Which that, honest to God, would not surprise me whatsoever. He's such a freaking hothead. How do you look? Oh, this is somebody recently, last year. Let's see. Last year, NASCAR driver Gray Gaulding, so whoever the heck that is.
Never heard of him.
Probably like a ARCA driver or something.
That's not NASCAR, though. Why would I say NASCAR?
Is it? I don't know. Anyway, NASCAR driver Gray Gaulding suspended indefinitely following domestic violence arrest. That was April 2024. Yeah.
Yikes.
Let's see. Gaulding, 26, made 158 career starts across NASCAR's 3 national touring divisions. But started 2024 without a ride.
Well, I started watching in 2024, so that explains why I have no idea who the cat is. Out on that.
He's pretty mid, but still, that's wild.
Yeah,
I can't find it. And you know what's funny is when I looked up that person, that was the only thing I could come up with. Oh, is it Cody Ware?
I think it was. That sounds right.
Yeah, here we go. And this was in the New York Times. 2023. Hey, why is April so hot for domestic violence? This is April 2023.
Well, isn't April Domestic Violence Awareness Month?
It could be. Wouldn't that be ironic, though, if this was just a coincidence? And it is actually domestic violence awareness?
I might be wrong.
This says in 2023, driver Cody Ware was arrested and charged with felony assault by strangulation, inflicting serious injury, and misdemeanor assault on a female. Whoa. He's still racing. That's wild. He did not compete in the Cup race.
Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Yeah, but that was proven to be... That's what I was saying, though. That was proven to be false allegations. I think. I don't know. I am going to say that is all hypothetical and alleged, because don't be coming after me. Don't be sending your lawyers after me. I'm good on that.
Hey, this is all allegedly according to the internet.
Yes, allegedly.
Oh, man.
Hypothetically, allegedly, maybe, possibly, not proven. Out on that.
Let's rank our drivers of who's most likely to be.
Let's not do that.
Let's play the world's worst game.
That sounds like a lawsuit.
Let's see. This one's about when he was reinstated in December. It took him that long. Okay, so this was in December that year. The NASCAR announced that they were reinstating after the assault charges against him were dropped by the district attorney's office.
That's what I was thinking. Wasn't that they were dropped.
Ooh. The arrest warrant said he pushed his girlfriend to the floor, slapped her in the face, wrapped his hands on her neck, and threw a phone at her and threatened to kill her. That's wild, dude. I want to figure out why it was dropped. Oh my god. The lawsuit claims that the incident stemmed from his girlfriend being angry that he wasn't wearing his promise ring on his correct finger. Alright, well, she sounds crazy. It doesn't say why it was dropped. That's weird.
There could have been a settlement.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Here we go. His girlfriend was eventually arrested in September for simple assault, with warrants saying she broke her hand by repeatedly hitting Ware in the face and head. All charges against both parties were dropped after they both opted to not testify. See, I told you. They both
They're
just
probably
beat
still
on each
together,
other.
being all crazy.
Probably. God. Why is it always people like that? You're like,
yikes.
Anyways,
congratulations, Chandler Smith, Pop-Off King.
I'm just giving the pop culture to NASCAR.
I was sitting here like, I do not want to be sued. I'm good.
Hey, no, they can't sue me for reading CBS NASCAR.
Yeah, all of my opinions are alleged and hypothetical and...
it's not focusing, but it's there.
Not true. Not based on a real story. All the characters in my story are based on fictional characters. Non-fictional characters. Fictional characters. My brain.
Listen, if NASCAR watches our podcast hard enough to be able to sue me for something, I'll honestly take it as a compliment.
I don't have Michael Jordan money. I'm good on that.
That's too funny. Okay, fine. We'll talk about the race. Yeah. I don't remember anything about that except for what you said about Bridger, and I think it was the truck race with Muniz. And then the Xfinity, I really only remember poor little old Sheldon Creed.
Womp womp.
I don't remember how it happened, but I just remember...
No, not he. I don't know. Somebody hit Mr. Sheldon.
Yeah.
And then Brennan Poole hit his driver's side door.
Yeah, he tried. It was so sad. He tried so hard not to, and he just was so loose.
Yeah,
and couldn't...
it was definitely not on purpose. And then I was
No.
cracking up though because after it spun him around and Sheldon Creed got out of his car, then his car is just like,
yeah, he's just like, well, yeah.
I was cackling. I was like, oop. Hate to see it.
Yeah. I feel bad for him. Like, he's so nice. And he was just so, you could tell he's disappointed, but he's just kind of like, what can you do?
I was cracking up. I am far from a Sheldon Creed fan. But it seriously had me, like, cracking up.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Ooh, here's some tea. I was going to talk about this. The Cup race today, it was so funny. Larson just literally dominated the entire time. Like, Trent's like, this is really cool, but also it kind of sucks because there's not going to be any lead changes except for, like, pit stop times and stuff like that. But, yeah, he freaking killed it. I mean, killed it. Like, 14 cars finished on the lead lap. Killed it. I can't even remember how much he won by, but the thing was, I told Trent, it's funny that he's, on paper, statistically, skill, all the things, he's a legendary driver. Like, he's an amazing driver. You can't deny it. And everything he does all week, he does a different series in the middle of the week. Ooh, yeah, let's watch that Sheldon Creed's thing. BAM! That was wild, man. Literally, if it had been a foot further... Yeah, if it had been a foot further back, it would have literally hit on him. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Instead of just the front of his car. But anyway, I was saying...
It says Sheldon Creed gets spun off the 4th turn after contact from Dean Thompson battling for 15th. Then is hit hard by Brennan Poole. Both cars receive heavy damage, but both drivers are able to climb out.
Yeah.
Well, it broke Brennan Poole's like front tire axle and took like the whole side panel off his car.
Yeah. Was that the one where you just see like a tire still attached to whatever the piece is, just like
Yeah, it
rolling?
was just the tire and the axle, just like ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, that was crazy.
It was
That was
crazy.
really crazy.
Like, I was honestly surprised that, like, I mean, I know there's safety measures and all that jazz, or like, you know,
Yeah.
high class now, but I was like genuinely surprised to see both of them like conscious after that one.
Yeah.
That was a hard hit. Like,
Yeah.
hard hit.
Yeah, I thought it was weird that they went to the other guy first, because I'm like, Sheldon Creed is the one that just got hit when he's sitting perfectly still and they're going however fast. And Trent's like, well, he got him out of his car first, so he's clearly okay. I'm like, you don't know that he's in his right mind. But I don't know. I guess it made sense, but I don't know. It was crazy.
I don't know. I haven't heard anything since then about like their medic checks or anything like that. Like, I'm assuming they're fine because we
Yeah, I
haven't
think
heard
they were all
anything.
cleared.
But
Yeah.
I truly don't know.
Yeah. I
That
think it
was
was fine.
not
I
a
haven't heard
second
anything.
place finish for Mr. Sheldon Creed yesterday.
No, he didn't.
Did not happen. Fresh out on
Poor
that one.
guy. Poor guy. Yeah. But
Like, Corey Haim raced in the Xfinity race yesterday.
mm-hmm.
That was fun. I'm trying to remember. I don't think he did too fantastic, but I know he did. Let's see here. Oh, he finished 8th, actually. That's not bad for it not being his series. Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad at all.
Yeah.
Pop off, King.
Ooh. I was gonna say these two things too. Because I saw a tweet just now, or not a tweet, but an Instagram post, and I was gonna say something, but ADD. Today, your boy Hosey had like the worst pit stop in the history of pit stops. Ruined his day.
Okay, that's that. No, it was 22 seconds, which is freaking crazy. Yeah, but it's because his car came off the jack before they got the tire on the car.
Yeah, did the jack break? It looked like he got a different.
I have no
jack.
idea. I truly have no idea.
Like, when me and Trent watched, we're like, oh, they showed the replay of it, like why it took so long, and it looks like the jack broke. Yeah, and then he had to get a different one off the wall.
Gosh. Denny Hamlin's jack man today on like the thing where they like introduce themselves or whatever.
Oh,
he's like,
yeah.
And I'm the man whose moves you're hearing about. I'm like, ooh, Papa King.
I miss that. I heard them saying somebody's people, and it's because I was listening and I heard caution, and then they were talking to Noah about something that was happening with his car, and it sounded like he was involved in a wreck right before the stage ended. It sounded that way. And so when they came back from commercial, they weren't talking about it at all. And I was like, what happened? And Trent's like, maybe they just meant caution for the stage ending. I was like, well, I won't know because we've been on the freaking longest commercial break ever. And then when they came back, they started doing the Denny pit crew thing. And I was like, well, I guess nothing happened, but it was dumb. I heard them say caution, and then I got a text on my phone. And so Siri was like, text from blah, blah, blah. I was like, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. I'm trying to hear. So I really didn't know what was going on, and I was pissed, and I took a potty break when they were doing that, so I missed it. No, the other thing was whoever's tire came all the way off and almost freaking hit. It looks like it was Daniel Suarez's I don't know, tire guy or somebody. His gas man and somebody else was walking around the car. They both barely missed getting just blown up by a tire, dude.
Not blown up.
I can't remember who it was.
That's crazy.
I don't remember who it was, but every time I find something I'm going to talk about from Instagram, freaking refreshes, and then I can't find it because I don't see who posted it in time.
I am so like scatterbrained today. I can't even think of like anything.
Yeah. No, let's see. No. Oh, this is funny. This is a random thing that's funny. Denny Hamlin said, "There's nothing more gratifying to me than winning and then figuring out how I'm going to antagonize the crowd." I love it. He's so fun. I need to listen to his podcast more because he's funny, man. He talks about how he poop talks, and like he says, "I feel like if I don't poop talk, I don't do as good." And then when they were talking to Michael Jordan, I think it was like last week, he basically said the same thing, and it was
I know.
funny.
I find myself like I was rooting for Denny Hamlin today because I hate Kyle Larson. And I was like, I never thought I'd find the day that I'm like rooting for Denny Hamlin, but there's something about him. I think it was also because it's like, well, you've already won 2 in a row. Like, let's make it 3. And then I don't like Kyle Larson, but like, I was like, there's something about him that's like scratching my brain in just the right way right now, and it's freaking me out.
Yeah, I don't
Freaking
know.
me out.
Are we crushing on Denny Hamlin?
Okay, no, not like that. Sick.
Oh man, I don't even know who I would like if I had to have a crush on somebody. I don't even know who I'd pick.
I'm out
I
on
can't.
all of that, actually.
What'd you say?
I said I'm out on all of that, actually.
I mean,
Oh my
obviously I'm
god.
happily married. But if somebody held a gun to my head and said, "You have to have a crush on a NASCAR driver," I don't know who I'd pick.
Have you ever like noticed how different some NASCAR drivers like social medias are? Like their Instagram compared to their Twitter?
No, not really.
Okay.
I'm not
So
on X super a lot.
Ryan Blaney is like calm, cool, collected on actually he's like outside of the car on Instagram, but like inside of the car on Twitter, and it's my favorite thing. I saw this post. So him and Bubba Wallace were on an airplane, like a private jet, heading back from somewhere. I don't know. But Bubba like tweeted it's a picture of him, Ryan, and Bubba's baby. Sorry, glare. And Bubba's baby, and like the baby is
Oh, I can
screaming.
kind of
I don't
tell.
know if you
Yeah.
can
Oh my
see,
gosh.
but
I'm gonna look it up too,
okay.
so I can see better.
But Bubba, like his caption is, "When Blaney makes your kid cry, you tweet about it." New Miami YouTube vlog up now. Link in bio. And Ryan Blaney says, like retweets it and says, "Terrible context. Was crying when I received said son. Fails to mention, he and I were chilling on the way home from Miami. I believe he even called me daddy. But I ain't here to stir the pot."
That's funny.
I was like, okay, I will now be checking Ryan Blaney's Twitter on a daily basis because this is pure gold.
That's hilarious. Their friendship is the adorablest. Like that one video I saw, I don't even know where. It honest to God, it looked like a vine the way that it looked. But it was of Bubba Wallace, and it was Ryan Blaney coming to have a sleepover at his house, and he was like, "Look who's here!" And they were like, "Sleepover." They're the cutest.
This one also cracks me up because Ryan Blaney always has like the best graphics for the
Yeah, he
race,
does.
and his thing is the 12 crew is nothing but dogs. Sir, please calm down.
Oh. I want to see more cutie friendships. I love it. And you know what it is too? It's the younger guys, I think. I don't know any of the like bigger name people that are buddy buddy. I know Noah's buddy with some of his friends he like grew up with, like I think it's Zane Smith and somebody else that's from Vegas. And they all know each other like from high school. And then he's being funny with Ricky Stenhouse this year. And then there's Bubba and Tyler Reddick seem to be good buddies.
And Bubba and Blaney are besties.
Yeah, but I can't think of anybody else like that.
I know Daniel Dye and Jesse Love, they hang out all the time. They go golfing together all the time. all the time. And
Yeah,
that's
that's
so random
interesting to
because I was
see.
like, I picked both of them as my favorites, like,
Yeah, and then they're friends.
separately. And I was like, bro, why y'all
Yeah.
on each other's Instagram all the time?
I mean, I'm not mad, but
I was like, that's not what I expected to see.
yeah.
Speaking of Jesse Love, Pop Off King starting 10 out of 10, starting in the Cup Series today. His debut. Woo!
A round of applause.
Starting 19th, finished 31st, but hey,
He
first
finished.
Thursday. Huh?
He finished. He
He
finished.
finished.
Some
He
people can't say
did
that.
finish. And honestly, like, there weren't very many to be start or finishing in the lead lap anyways.
Yeah, that was a really
Yeah.
tough race to be in
Wild.
because it was just so spread out and there was what, 3, 4 cautions maybe?
I don't remember.
It was few. It was very few. And they
Yeah,
even talked
not
about
many
the
at all.
first stage. I don't think there was any in the first stage at all, and they were all like, this hasn't happened in like years.
The history, I think, is what they said. Like, the history
Oh,
of.
well, that could be too. It was wild though.
Yeah.
It was fun. I like to see a clean race. It's exciting because it's a short track or a shorter. I don't know, to be honest with you. It seemed like a short track.
Well, it is. I think it's a half-mile track, but it was a short track, long race. Technically, it was 500 laps today.
Oh yeah, maybe that's why. Yeah, it's funny
Woohoo,
too.
Kyle Larson.
Listen, okay, here's my things. First of all, I have mad respect for the guy for just being a freaking animal. And I think Kyle Busch is too, with like trying to run every
Where did
NASCAR
he
race.
finish today?
I could not tell you. But with how they try to run every NASCAR thing and then in the middle of the week they're running, what is it, sprint cars or whatever? Like they eat, breathe, sleep, poop racing.
Eat,
They
pray,
just,
love.
it's their life. Yeah, they eat, pray, love racing. But I love that. Like, that's their thing. That's what they're all about. They don't just hop in a car to make money on the weekend or,
Am I missing something?
they're doing the dang thing. So I respect that. But what I was going to
Did
say
he?
earlier.
14th. I was gonna say.
Oh.
Loserville, USA.
What I was going to say earlier about Larson is that it was so funny watching him just like dominate everybody. I mean, there was one point he had like a 4-second lead or something nuts. and I told Trent it's so funny because on paper, statistic, any way you dice it, he's a very good racer, like legendary gonna be. But he's so boring. Like, there's nothing about him that draws you to him except for that he's just good at his job, quote, quote. You know what I mean? Like, if you
Valid.
had to say, he's just good at his job. He's just a good racer. But, like, nothing about him
You have
excites
a
me.
point.
I think it's cool he has several kids. I'm all about people with a bunch of kids. I love that. But, I mean, that's all I know about him. I don't know. I don't know anything else. But so then it was funny to me when I say that. And then at the end of the race, he's talking about beating Denny Hamlin. And he's like, we had to break up his streak. We hate to see him win. I know you guys hate to see him win too. And the crowd like went crazy. And I was like, that's the spiciest thing I've ever heard him say.
I'm gonna be so for real. I turned it off as soon as he crossed the finish line. I said, that's all I care. Yeah. Well, actually, no. Let me be so for real. I watched the Jesse Love interview, and then I said, "To heck with it." Actually, was that even on? Was that even on? Or did I see that on Instagram? That may have been Instagram. I think that was Instagram. I think it was his Instagram story, actually. So let me shut up.
Yeah.
I turned it off real quick. Yep.
We
Toss
watched
that
it
puppy to the
for
curb.
a minute. And Trent always likes to watch the post-race stuff because
I typically do, but today's race was so freaking boring.
yeah, there was no beef for anybody to have. That's what he always likes to see. Is like, who's going to get out of their car? But there was nobody to see get out of their car today.
And like, let's be so real. The Cup Series is always like the least entertaining after the race now anyways. Like, the last time there was really any like spice other than like the Hosa Bar Chastain Blaney deal.
Mm-hmm.
Last time there was any spice was Stenhouse and Bush, and that was early in the
That was
season
a while
last
back.
year.
Yeah. I think they're just trying to nip it in the bud so much everybody's afraid to do anything, which I hate. I mean, let them fight. Why
Let them
not?
fight.
I mean, I know people don't want to get a bad rap or anything, but at the
Let them
same
have a bad
time,
rap. Because at least then they'll have personality. Maybe they'll sell more
for
merch.
real. For real. Okay, we can't say you can't have a physical, barely altercation where you act like you're going to fight somebody, because let's be real, that's all it ever gets to, is they like, and then people stop them. Like, nobody ever really fights anymore, let's be real. But also, let's
True.
not act so high and mighty that we can't have a scuffle, okay? But then our sponsors are literally beer. We're literally showing people drinking beer. Like all that kind of
We're
stuff.
literally shotgunning beers in the winner's circle. Like, shut up.
Yeah,
Gosh.
I know. It's like,
I'm
I
gonna
don't know.
get drunk tonight and not remember anything. Okay, Alex Bowman,
Yeah,
shut up.
yeah,
Stupid. Ugh.
yeah. It's a weird, I don't know, it's weird to me. It's like, we don't want to pick fighting when somebody does you wrong, which I think more people should do,
Let's
but let's
not
get
have emotion
wasted.
and physical altercations, but substance abuse issues? 10 out of 10, champs.
You can't
What?
abuse people, but you can abuse substances. Oh my
Yikes.
gosh.
Yeah, NASCAR kind of needs to get their priorities straight on that one. And also, like, fact of the matter is, the fights are what draws fans in. You're gonna get
Yes.
more attention. You're gonna get more, like, that would be like hockey. Oh, let's stop all hockey fights. Nobody would ever watch hockey again.
Yeah. For real, for real. And leave it up to the owners. Like Joe Gibbs and there's somebody else too. They're like, no fighting. We don't do that, you know? Like there was a video I saw recently where it was somebody wrecked Joey Logano like a couple years ago. Like bad to take away his win basically. And the pit crew and stuff started losing their minds, I could see. And it was Joe Gibbs or somebody. And or no, it was Mr. Penske,
I was gonna
obviously.
say Logano
It's
races for Penske.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's obviously him. I just mixed up my old guys. Anyways, respect to the old guys. Um, and he was like, "Everybody, stay calm down there. Tell them to stay calm. We don't have any comment on this. Just chill." Like, if you want to be a team that's known for something and not fighting, then let the teams do that. Why does NASCAR
Yeah.
have to be the? I think you're onto something with what you said a couple weeks ago. That it's just another way for them to find people to get money.
Mm-hmm. Well, NASCAR is, as much as I love NASCAR, it's just a big monopoly. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's what it is. They're gonna find everybody and their mama for
Yeah.
anything that they possibly can, and then they're going to take that and market off of it. Because, I mean, let's be so for real. Anytime that you get on Instagram, you know, and say you're in Vegas that week. Okay, well, this is what happened in 2004 in Vegas, and it's this fight between racers that aren't even racing anymore. And you're
Right.
like, okay, NASCAR, like, why is that relevant?
And even if it's not NASCAR posting it, NASCAR should see that it's what the fans are constantly posting and
It is
realize they like
NASCAR
this
posting
stuff.
it, though. That's the thing. No matter, like, all week this week, I saw things leading up. Like, it was like, oh, Joey Logano and somebody else's like fight in Bristol 2014 or something like that. And I was like, crazy
Yeah.
how this is what we're marketing, but can't fight because, you're getting fined and you're getting stopped and there's security everywhere. And it's like,
Yeah.
also, my brain is like, okay, last year when I always get the Gray brothers confused, like whether it's Tanner
Yeah.
or Taylor.
Yeah.
Whatever one is not the pretty boy, Mr. Mullet Man, not that one. When he got in a scuffle or whatever, got in an altercation last year, he had one of the security guards, like he went to the security guards and he's like, hey, I want to go talk to that guy. I'm gonna go talk to that guy. And like the security dude like followed him.
Yeah.
Like to that. And it's like, bro, like, okay, in that sense I understand like you're not trying to be about that. but like you want to confront him. Cool. But like, also, why is it that we even have to get to that? Like, I truly feel like that was him like trying to save his butt from getting fined, in the sense of like that to me seemed like, oh, I'm doing this out of fear of repercussions. Like, at least if I go out of my way to, hey, I'm going to go talk to him, I need you guys to come with me, that way you can't find me for it, because I did what I needed to do to prevent that from happening. Now, if anything there happens, I can say, well, I tried my best. It's not my fault that the security guy didn't do his job. Like,
Right.
it's such a weird scenario, situation, whatever you want to call it. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
And it's like, also, at that point, in my brain, is NASCAR, if you have security guards that Mr. I think it's Taylor. Is Taylor the... I think it's Taylor. Mr. Gray, if he could go and tell somebody, hey, I want to go talk to this guy, confront him, whatever, to where you can, like, prevent an altercation from happening, why is it then that in the Ricky Stenhouse, Kyle Busch episode, not, like, situation, whatever you want to call it, last year, why wasn't it common sense then for NASCAR to be like, hey, there's probably going to be an altercation because of that situation. Maybe we should put security with Ricky Stenhouse and Kyle Busch just to be preventative to begin with. If you're truly trying to prevent it, and that's what you're claiming you will do because you're shutting it down so quick any other time, why are you not being actually preventative and putting security where security needs to be, instead of having a bunch of crew members break up a fight?
The only thing I can think of is maybe because he was so done with the race. Like, he was just waiting at his trailer forever, and he waited for Kyle Busch to get to his trailer or hauler or whatever. So maybe they just thought the race and everything is done, and it's so far after.
That if they really wanted to prevent that, they're grown men, they're going to know where each other are. Like, it's going to be kind of obvious. Kyle Busch is going to be in Kyle Busch's hauler. Like, that to me seems like simple.
Well, did that come first or second? So maybe, like, after that they started getting more on top of it with security after that. I don't know. My favorite thing in the whole world, though, of fights is the clip I've seen from however many years ago, because it was of Clint Boyer was mad at, I think it was Jeff Gordon, and he just runs through all of, like, I don't even know what it was. It was like where all the haulers and all the people, like, are walking, and he's just zigzagging through people, and they have this huge aerial view of the camera just following him. And he's like pushing people out of his way, trying to get to Jeff Gordon. He like jumps up on the hauler, and he's like talking to him, and people have to take him away. I'm like, that's the best video on the entire internet. And I love Clint Boyer. I don't care who he's fighting. He was determined to get to it.
The thing about him is, like, okay, first of all, once every, like, 4 races, he'll say something that is, like, relative to what's happening. Or, a tow truck comes on the track, and it's, my dad used to be a tow truck driver. Why do we care?
He's very ADD, but I think he's just funny. I think he was more enjoyable before Harvick got on, and then last year they both had this, like, peeing contest. I won't say what the people really say, of trying to see who could, like, I don't know, who was cooler.
Yeah. No,
like, it was just annoying.
Like,
it was like Kevin was just like ripping on him. I know, like, shut up, y'all are both retired, like, get over it. They're like, yeah, well, when I don't know about you, but when I'm like, shut up and just be funny now. And then this year they've got a lot nicer. I do too.
I love Michael Waltrip. The only beef I have with Michael Waltrip, and now I think it's like a bit that they do, is him and Daniel Dye, where he'll call Daniel Dye Danny, but then Daniel Dye hits him right back with a Mikey, and it cracks me up.
That is funny. This is how much we love him, is like when Trent watches, as soon as basically NASCAR starts coming on the TV for the day, he turns it on, and I can't. And so I'll be walking around, and he'll be like, oh, it's about to start. Oh, he's doing the grid walk.
That's my favorite.
He's like a
oh.
squirrel. And then he interrupts people that are like fans getting pictures before, and he's like, "Oh, hey!" And then people are like,
He's my favorite. He's
yes.
honestly the only announcer that I can tolerate.
No, I love him and Boyer and my two grandpas that I want to adopt, Mike Joy and Chris Meyer.
One
And
of them has a really, really, really round head, and he looks like SpongeBob's dad. But I don't know which one that is.
That's gotta be Mike Joy. I love him.
Probably.
I love him.
His head is so circular, it makes me uncomfortable.
He just never looks upset or stressed, or like, he just looks like
He
the
looks like
happiest
SpongeBob's
man.
dad. I'm not kidding. That was like, but my brain always like goes to relate people to like cartoon characters. Who was it the other day that I told you looked like Stingy from Lazy Town?
Oh, dang, I don't remember. But yeah, he did. At first I didn't see it, and then I was like, oh my god, yeah.
Hold on, let's see if it's in the pictures. Oh, okay. Hold on. Brandon Jones. Brandon Jones?
It's unfortunately for him
Stingy
the hairline.
from Lazy Town.
It's 100% all the hair area.
Oh, has me cracking up.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh,
The team Front Row Motorsports Instagram, they just turned all their drivers into dolls, like the trend that everybody's doing.
Oh, that thing is making me so uncomfy.
It's so I don't know why it doesn't show up all of them, but anyways, it's hilarious. It made them all look so short.
They all are so short. NASCAR drivers are practically jockeys. Let's be sober.
It's so funny. There's no in between. It's like everybody's short, or they're like, "Oh, well, he's 6'2", and you're like,
or a Carson Hocevar. You have a Ryan Blaney, or you have a Carson Hocevar. Tyler Reddick, Carson Hocevar.
There's literally no middle ground. Like we were talking about earlier, like who would you have a crush on? And I looked up some people, and I was like, I would have a crush on this person, except for that they're 2 inches taller than me. I just can't. I'm not one of those girls like, my man has to be at least this tall. But I mean, yeah, you gotta be taller than 5'9", 5'10". I'm sorry. It's just a personal preference. Listen, they might not like me because I'm brunette, not blonde. I'll just be real.
Right. Yeah, let's find out what NASCAR person has a red-headed anything, except for Tyler Reddick being a redhead.
Nobody likes redheads on the circuit. That's funny. Oh, you know what? We have some average people. Joey Logano's 6'1", Denny Hamlin's 6 foot, Kyle Busch is 6'1".
Damn, that's not average. Average is 5'10" for an American man.
Is it? Is it?
I'm pretty sure.
Are we shrinking?
Average American.
Well, I just mean they're not a freak where they're like, they're so tall. You know.
JK, average for an American man is 5'9".
Wow. We are shrinking. Everybody talks about how tall Michael Waltrip is. Holy poop. He's 6'5". Michael Waltrip's
No wonder he always looks so...
He sticks out to do the
crazy.
crowd.
He really can be seeing over everybody.
That's how he finds the driver so fast. He can just look over all of them. There's Ryan Blaney's head down there. Get over there. That's funny. Okay, tell me why I look up Michael Waltrip's height, and then below it comes up like similar searches of people. Him, his brother Daryl, and then Tommy Chong. And then Jeff Gordon. It's like, why is that? Why is that in there? Make it make sense. Is there something we don't know? Here's an interesting factoid. Who's the tallest driver in NASCAR history? Buddy Baker at 6'6" is set to be the tallest. And he raced from 1959 until 1992. God dang. That's 33 years of driving. That's wild.
God, person else always posted the funniest memes. He has the holes meme. It says, "I'm tired of this bad luck, Grandpa."
Oh my gosh.
Well, that's too dang bad.
Yeah, he's not been having great luck. My dog is upstairs and just scared the heck out of me if anybody saw my face.
I was like, oh.
Yeah,
You're right.
he jumped off the couch, I'm assuming, because I just heard two loud bangs, but then I hear his little claws clicking on the floor. I'm like, okay, I guess he got off the couch is all. Who knows? Anyways, yeah, I didn't have much about this weekend either. I think if I wasn't so tired, we could talk about points, but maybe we can do that another day.
I
Another
have a
boring
notebook
race.
down here.
Yeah. I don't know. I need to find more tea to talk about people.
I need to
Maybe
start
not about domestic abuse, but something else. I said maybe not about domestic abuse, but something else we could talk about.
Awkward.
Um, last thing I'll say about today, or not today, with the Sheldon Creed incident. Trent is so freaking sick and tired of people getting involved in accidents, getting interviewed afterwards, and then being like, well, I haven't seen the replay yet. It's like, bro, it's been
Call
20
it like you
minutes.
felt it, dog.
Well, he just means like, how do we not? How have you not seen a replay? You have cameras all around your whole pit box stand. There's a million screens. There's a billion reporters right there that can have their phone up and pull up, whatever
Well, and
broadcasting
also,
app
who
and
was it?
rewind it.
Who
It's
was it?
2025.
Who was it not that long ago? There was a big crash. And was it Blaney? I think it was Blaney. There was a big crash. And he said something about, I haven't seen the replay yet. And they played it like right there for him on the spot. And they're like, oh yeah, there it is. Da-da-da, whatever it was. And I think it was Blaney.
Yeah, I feel like I remember that, but yeah, there's a lot of people that talk about it on X and stuff too. They're like, you guys are reporters. How do you not shove it in their face and be like, well, here it is. What do you have to say for yourself?
Literally.
But you know what I told Trent is, I think maybe they have seen it. How can they not? How can they not have an accident
It could
and not
just
go to
be their
their...
way to get out of making...
What I was going to say is that I think they haven't seen it yet, aka they haven't talked to the owner or the crew chief or whoever on how they need to spin it.
Or, yeah,
or what they really need to say.
Their media person,
yeah. Because they might have real thoughts that are like ugly, and then somebody might have to be like, actually, what happened?
Yeah, as much as I love Hocevar, that's kind of how he started this season off. It was, he would make comments about things, whatever, and then, like, he'd make comments on things at, like, after the race and the post-race interviews, and then, like, later on the week in, like, on his own personal social media, when they would do interviews with him, like, his team or whatever, then it was, like, his, perspective changed. And it's like now when they interview him after the race, it's, oh, I don't know, haven't seen it yet, or, I thought we had a great car, but it just wasn't in the cards, yada yada. So it seems like he got like a talking to that could, maybe not, but, about like, hey, this is how we do media.
Yeah.
Not like that.
Yeah. Which I wish they would just let him say what they want to say. I mean, I don't know. I see both sides of it.
I hate that like the media aspect of things, like low key turns into like politics, because it's like you have to put on.
Be polite.
Yeah, like that just makes me mad. Like, it's an individual sport, dog. You are the individual.
Yeah.
Say it how you want. Get punched in the face.
Say it with your chest.
Like.
Yeah. It's always the more established people that say their real thoughts anyway. Like Kyle Busch will never not say what he really thinks.
Kyle Busch will also never take accountability, though.
Yeah, that's fair too.
that's like the whole Austin. No. Yes, Austin Hill. I always get him and the Dylans confused for whatever reason.
There's too many Austins in this thing.
There are. But that's like Austin Hill. I feel bad for the guys. You did it, you douche.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ugh. Just say you're sorry.
Yep.
Drives me insane.
Feel that. Anyways.
Alrighty.
Well, that's all I had to
I was
say.
gonna say, that's all I got, folks.
let's see where we're at next week. Do you know? I can't remember.
I don't.
It said there's no cup race this week. They're giving them a week off for Easter. I don't know why everybody else doesn't get a week off, but
because they suck. No.
but
Okay,
Cup
so
does.
we're in Rockingham. There's
And then Talladega.
yes, and then Talladega, which is, where is Rockingham?
I don't know.
North Carolina.
Oh.
Interesting.
That's weird they don't give them all a break.
The following week will be very interesting. Jessie Love, I know for a fact Jessie Love won Talladega last year. I have his Talladega shirt.
Yeah. I think Noah Gragson won at Talladega, or I think it was Talladega and Xfinity a billion years ago. So
I know for a fact Jessie Love won last year.
Yeah. Trent's gonna cringe at all of this. He's gonna be like, "You idiot! I told you this," and "Oh my God, you don't even know, and your driver won." I'm like, listen.
The only reason I know that is because, one, I have the shirt, and two, last year is the only other year I watched NASCAR.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I was way more casual before this year, to be honest. So I'm just a girl. Anyways, well, we'll be back, folks.